And we are back at Up North at 4. We are here with Lisa Newth, who's the board member and treasurer, and Kathy Blackburn, who's a volunteer. Thank you, ladies, for coming on and joining us here today.
Thank you for having us.
And I see you have trees on your shirts.
We
and
do.
So
this is the logo for Lakeland Pantry.
Yeah, and planting a garden and growing a row. So let's start with a little bit about, because there have been recent changes made by the Federal Department of Agriculture that has made the difficult task even harder. So tell us, how can we start with, growing a row and planting a garden with all this?
Well, can we start with how it's impacted them first?
Oh yeah,
right?
first let's
how
start
have
with
you guys
the
been
impact.
impacted by that?
Absolutely. So some of our partners that source produce and other items have had funding cuts, which then impacts the amount of food that we will get at the pantry. And of course, produce and other items that are the healthiest that we provide are very expensive to purchase. So we are appealing to the area gardeners and farmers to please plant extra and donate to the pantry.
Okay, and this is called Grow a Row. I think it's a very clever idea.
Yes, I like that too.
So the idea is, if you're a gardener out there in the area, just grow an extra row for the pantry, right?
Right,
Absolutely.
Right, or an extra plant. Tomatoes.
One tomato plant can yield 15 pounds of tomatoes, so one plant makes a difference. It does not have to be a lot, but every little bit helps. And this is the type of food we want our customers to have.
Have you seen a lot of demand? Has it been increasing, decreasing at the pantry?
Tell them about
Yeah, we recently did a survey of our customers, and the top 2 items they want are fresh produce in vegetables and fruits. And those are the hardest things for us to source. So we've heard from them. We know they want that. They want to cook. Most of our patrons cook from scratch, and so the more we can source those fresh items for them, the better they're going to eat and the better nutrition they'll have for those families. We're seeing a very sharp uptick in working families that are coming through to the pantry that are not able to make ends meet with all of the rising costs, as we know. So we're trying to do our part with providing the best food that we can for them. So if our gardeners will join us in a community effort to please plant extra and donate to Lakeland Pantry, they will all appreciate it.
When it comes to be harvest time, they can donate. They can bring their things on Tuesday morning from 8 until 11:30, or Thursday afternoon from 3 to 6. And those are the hours that the pantry is actually open.
And we're also working with a couple of our local businesses. JJ's Acres in Woodruff has offered to be a drop-off site as well, if it's more convenient for people. And they'll be offering actually a gift basket at the end of the season, a drawing for folks that donate produce there. So this is definitely a community effort, and we're just looking for as much participation as possible.
So any specific, you just mentioned produce, so anything specific requirements for donation purposes, or just produce?
Produce.
Whatever they're growing, it's their choice. However much they grow, they get to choose all of that. We figure with as many people as we're hoping to reach, that we should get a pretty wide variety of produce.
Okay, well, thank you so much for doing this, and thank you for volunteering. It's all volunteers up there.
Yes,
so
it is.
Appreciate that.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
We'll be right back after this break.